Welcome back to another episode of Sound Pals Go to the Movies. Today, I will be reviewing the movie The Exorcist Believer. So just a fair warning, there's going to be spoilers up ahead, so you've been warned. When two girls disappear into the woods and return 3 days later with no memory of what happened to them, the father of one girl seeks out Chris MacNeil, who's been forever altered by what happened to her daughter 50 years ago. So let's begin with my first pro. We did have not one, but two cameos in the movie, Ellen Burstyn and Linda Blair, who played Chris MacNeil and Regan MacNeil, respectively. They came back to reprise their old roles in the new chapter of The Exorcist. I thought this was nice, similar to how the new Halloween movies had the old cast come back and reprise their roles. Next pro, the new plot that this movie had going for it was that this time it's not one girl being possessed, but now it's two, which gives them more opportunities to work with. Two different families and also belief systems. Also, I have to admit that the girls did play their possessed roles very well. It did give me the same feeling as to when I saw the original and Linda Blair's acting as Regan. Also, just a side note, Linda Blair was on the set as an advisor to the girls with their acting during the possession scenes. Next pro, there were some scenes that were made to play homage or just make people have that memorable feelings. For example, the dogfighting scenes in both movies, or beginning of the movie, where in this movie it was Haiti and then fast forward to the present, while in the original it was Iraq and then it was Georgetown. And also just how Regan was playing with the Ouija board. Angela and Catherine are trying to connect with spirits using a candle ritual. Also, the idea that Regan's mom in the first movie is single and Angela's dad is also single in this film. Also, the similarities between Angela's dad, Victor, and father, Karras, both losing their faith in the films. And other similarities between the films can be seen throughout the film. And now on to my cons. So just how David Gordon Green did the last three Halloween movies, he is doing it again with The Exorcist. And I just don't think that Blumhouse learned that the Halloween movies that they made did not add anything to the lore or did anything to make the franchise better. Even the actress Helen took the role because they offered her twice as much as the original offer, which she took, but she donated to charity. But even William Friedkin told a close friend that David Gordon Green was going to do the same thing he did to the Halloween franchise with his beloved Exorcism franchise. He was not happy about it, so this seems like another attempt for a cash grab by Blumhouse. And with that, I am sure that I'm never going to be on Blumhouse press list anytime soon. Next con, the idea that possession and exorcisms are common in other religions and not only in Catholic was a great idea. Also, how Angela's dad is a skeptic first and others come in with different beliefs, sort of like the Avengers assembling to fight Thanos. It started as a good idea, but nevertheless, it didn't have enough time to cook. It was nice to see that it was pretty inclusive film to include all these ideas and different points of view, but then the film also took the audience to be dumb and that they had to point out things for them. And so this is how we have the line from Catherine's mom when she says, Jesus died and came back 3 days later and our daughters were gone for 3 days and just like him, they came back. And do you know where Jesus was for those 3 days? He was in hell proclaiming his power over the devil, which leads Victor to say, so you're saying our daughters were in hell? I was like, yeah, we sort of saw that. We made the connection, or if we didn't, it still didn't add anything to the movie, so just move on with it. So the idea of how they used all different points of view of religions or other beliefs to fight the demon was great, but they didn't really execute it well. So for that, that's why it's a con. The next con, the cameos. Okay, I love that both actresses came back to reprise their role, but did Regan or Chris add anything to the story? The answer is no. I'm still glad that the actress Ellen got her paycheck and gave it to charity. I would have really liked it if Helen would have been kept longer in the film and she was there for the last confrontation with the demon, and right before the end, Regan comes in to help and defeat it or actually make a retreat. But the main idea would be that the demon, that was his main goal, to bring Chris and Regan close so it could basically possess them or do something to them. My next con, the movie had too many characters in it and they never established anything about them. Same thing goes with Victor and Angela. We just did the time jump and never got to see how close they were as father and daughter. But the thing that bugs me the most is that the whole concept of how belief is the thing that can defeat the demon no matter what belief system you are in was great and all, but they never established towards the audience every person that was in it and what belief system they had. The original movie comes from 100% Catholic point of view, so that is what the audience knows. Why not begin with having all the belief systems in the beginning to take root and let the audience learn about them throughout the film? So slowly the audience will get to know and like each person that is involved who isn't Catholic at all but still has a belief system that can help defeat the demon. And this would make sense to show since the other belief systems would bring to the table other weapons instead of just holy water. But this movie lacks all that and the battle was over rather quickly. Yes, we lost one of the girls, but I never was invested in them as much as I should feel that I had to, and at the end I was left with wondering, is that it? The ending was so abrupt. So my grade for this movie is going to be a 4.5 out of 10. I really went in hoping this Halloween season was going to start off with a big bang, but it was just an epic fail. The story was not developed well enough for us to care about the cast. The believe idea was too weak to take root. I feel that Linda and Ellen came back to be part of a shipwreck, but on the bright side, maybe David can be good for something. This can probably make Exorcist 2 the hat-trick, not the worst film in the franchise, and thus keeping his bad score of making horrible movies as remakes. So that does it for this review of The Exorcist Believer. Please join us next time where we're going to review Killers of the Flower Moon.
That's how you are.
I don't know what you said, but it must have been Indian for handsome devil.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. You can find our social media links below, and like always, keep watching movies.